Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. As the recording of this, it is Saturday, July 15th, 2023. I've gone to Kansas City, standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine, which the sign that signifies that historic place from the song, maybe one of the most famous songs about Kansas City, 1600 East Vine and 1200 South 12th Street, was the site of the plaza, the Kansas City Plaza, which is no longer here. You can see it's just a park now. But those words were immortalized in the song and covered by many, many artists. I'm inviting you today to join me as I go to a baseball game at 1 o'clock that was delayed yesterday because there was a tornado warning. There was really bad weather. They scrapped it. They postponed it till today. I was going to be heading out of Kansas City this morning early, but I'm here another day to watch the Rays, wearing an appropriate hat, take on the Kansas City Royals, going to the game. They're playing a doubleheader. Probably only going to go to one, just because of the delay, the postponement. Wasn't planning on being here, but we'll just see how the day goes. But before that, that will be way later in the episode because I want to do stuff around town before heading to the stadium and just see some stuff I've never seen before or haven't seen in a long time. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? Very creative that the parking spaces here are piano keys. Kind of gives a little homage to the musical history and the song. Also some piano keys over here. And the lyrics to that song right along here. They got a crazy way of loving there, and I'm gonna get me some. I'm gonna be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine with my Kansas City baby and a bottle of Kansas City wine. There's the sign. And this is what this place used to look like. The 12th Street rag right there. It's got some flies on there. And this is the area before it was all demolished, torn down, and now it's just a park. Kansas City's main drag right here. Commerce and pleasure strolled hand in hand down 12th Street, which sported a host of clubs, saloons, amusement places, taxi hall clubs, and grand theaters. The song was written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller. The song Kansas City put 12th Street and Vine on the musical map. Pretty dang cool. Also notice the musical note here on the ground. And the piano where the buildings used to sit. This piano with more keys. See if there's a little information here. During the 70s, 12th Street and Vine became a product of urban renewal. The Land Clearance Redevelopment Authority leveled most of the neighborhoods surrounding 12th and Vine, part of a citywide rebuilding effort. Except nothing has been rebuilt on this spot. Well, I guess over there's some apartments and houses. 2005 Grand Piano-shaped plaza celebrates the intersection. The piano monument base, nestled in the heart of a treble clef, the center of the park, serves as a platform for a featured sculpture embodies the spirit of the street corner. A few city blocks away, is the Kansas City Fire Station number 11. Very unique architecture right here. The station itself is the same sort of brick and rock, well not brick, but rock, that is next to the castle that sits adjacent to it, as well as this row, which was a department of some street department. I'm reading the sign from here. It was the former street department over there. It's now been repurposed and fixed up into something else. In 1890, Fire Chief George Hale authorized by the city to form Hose Company number 11, first all-black fire company in the area. Now it's a studio here at 2033 Vine. Here's a photo of what it looked like back then with the crew out front. The castle I was referring to, it's right over here. Look at this thing. This thing's beautiful. It's got the tower out front, all fenced up. It says construction zone, but I don't know if they're doing any construction in there. Castle on the Vine. So it is being renovated and will eventually open up. Let's hope that happens. I know there's other buildings in this area that say they're going to open up and they just never do, so hopefully this does not fall to the same fate. Got the train going by there, just missing the tail end of it. You see downtown off in the distance. Ooh, I see some sculptures over here and a sea monster in this area, about a mile from where I just was. Very interesting. I see some animals. I see a squirrel. I see a bunny rabbit. What else is over here? Okay. This gentleman here, I think they're making different signs. So this one's labeled M on the shirt, the long beard and fashionable glasses. This bunny has the E. It's got to spell out something. Oh, it says welcome. It spells out welcome. People playing tennis over there. I know that's actually pickleball, which is kind of a new version of tennis. They're doing different signs. So that must be the L. Yeah, L. And this is the C. That's the M, the fingers down like that. And that must be the E. And adjacent to those is a sea monster. Kansas City sea monster. And a pirate ship right there too, in this little area. So you got the sea monster attacking the pirate ship. You got the tail and you got those little unusual sculptures over there. And a beautiful church off in the distance. It's kind of like the Loch Ness Monster of Missouri. Oh, look at this thing. It's terrifying. Well, not terrifying. From a distance it looked terrifying, but when you get it kind of close, he just seems like a happy monster. Maybe not going after the ship at all. Might just possibly be trying to make friends with those on the ship, even though there is no one on said ship. Oh, there is a bee's nest, a wasp nest up there. This is a real beehive of activity right there. Look at that. That is not good. There, it's like that's the real life honeycomb hideout. Those are wasps. I don't even think those are even, those might be bees. They look like wasps. That is not good. Okay, the sea monster must just be staring intently into this wasp nest or bee's nest. You looking right at the bees? I don't want to get too close, I don't want to get stung. It's an interesting building. It's like a little lookout tower up there. Just waiting here at the light to get over to the next destination. Probably offices or something. All right, this is something you do not see every day. A big airplane ramping off, taking off into the heavens, into the sky, right here next to a coffee shop, the Roastery, air roasted coffee. Don't mind if I do. kind of getting some like Rocketeer vibes from this in a way. I don't know why, it just kind of reminded me of that. Not that this is anything modeled after Disney's Rocketeer, but there is a freaking airplane taking off. I'm gonna park right over here, look at this. That is how coffee makes you feel sometimes. So it is a good interpretation there, or a good, I'll call it a mascot. But that is a full-size plane going up the side of this ramp, kind of a newer building. Isn't that cool? You see the propeller there, you see the wheels. I mean, that's not some model plane or a recreation, that's the real deal right there. I like this no truck sign. There's a truck going right through here. I like the style of the houses in Kansas City as well. Low-flying aircraft, proceed with caution. It's hot outside. You deserve a cold brew. No, no, no. Don't say that word. It's like saying decaf. Just as bad. Piping hot caffeine beverage. They have some of their cold brew in cans. Even a nitro version. So this, I asked for just a regular coffee and they said everything's got a little flavoring. This one has notes of tangerine and peach, I believe, but they said you could barely taste it. So I'm gonna see what happens. A little tangerine flavor. Caffeinating KC Kingdom. I like that. I already had a sip, but I'll have another one for the camera. It's pretty good. I don't know how I feel about the additional flavors in there. It's not real potent. It's kind of mellow, but I guess the best way to describe it is I like less artistic items in a coffee. This seems like an artsy coffee. I'd just rather have like a pretty basic coffee guy, but it's pretty good. Put a little bit of a little cream and sugar in there, just a little bit. One packet of cream, or one packet of sugar and a little bit of cream. But you can't really taste the other flavors too much, but it's there. It's noticeable, but nothing overbearing. This, however, is incredible. Caffeinating KC Kingdom, the roastery. Cheers. Many years ago when I started my YouTube channel, you know, you always kind of remember the first 10, 15, 20, 30 people who watch and comment on all the videos, back before really anybody knew what I was doing. And it hadn't really caught on to where it is now. You always remember the original supporters that would chime in and leave comments, and you'd meet up with them when you were on the road. And I had a good friend here, Jason Craig. He had a channel called 66 Hell Ride. Loved Route 66, loved rock and roll, loved Disney, loved the history of Kansas City. And a few times, more than one occasion, when I came through town, we would get together, hang out, we would get lunch. He would show me some stuff. He was in a few of my videos. And each time I would come through each year, his health started to diminish. And in 2014, 9 years ago, which is kind of hard for me to wrap my head around, he passed away, so I don't have my buddy to hang out with here in Kansas City. But the reason I am showing this is the TWA rocket here, which Walt recreated at Disneyland. It used to be, well, there is like a version of it in modern day Tomorrowland at Disneyland. But Jason, 66 Hell Ride, said, you have to put this in your video. And I have put this in a few videos since his passing. One of the last conversations we had was he had seen the videos I had done at Laugh-O-Gram and at Union Station, talking about Walt and Walt being here with the precursor to the Disney Corporation and all that. He said, you failed to show the TWA Moonliner. You should really let your viewers see that. So every time I see this rocket on the side of the building, it reminds me of him. And while I'm just talking about Walt, I want to pass by this house here that when he was very young lived with his family. There's a classic car out front. You can even see There's a little Mickey over there. He lived here at a very young age before heading over deeper into Missouri, and then came back to open Laugh-O-Gram. But he lived here, I believe, at the age of 9 for a very short while with his family. They got a little Mickey right there in the yard. It'd be pretty neat to live in the same house that Walt lived in. I think the lady that lives here is used to people coming by. There's a couple articles online that she says people stop by here all the time, take photos. Okay, I'm getting pretty close to the baseball stadium now. First pitch is in an hour, so I gotta start getting in there. But this is a neat little area. It's like a suburb, I guess you could call it, KC. Some of these old businesses are now being utilized as homes. For example, right here where this truck's about to turn, there was an old fire station right there where that foliage is covered. It looks like it was an old fire station number 26. There's a car out front and everything. It's an old diner up here. It's like a van that B.A. Baracus would drive. This is about a mile from the stadium. Looks like it could have been a bank at one time. I'm on Stadium Drive in Bennington, crossing past that street. Ah, it's like deja vu. I feel like I was just here yesterday. I was just here yesterday. Did the tour. The game got postponed. The game is happening today. Again, this will be my 15th stadium that I've been to, marking off the halfway point of all 30 current stadiums. While rooting for the Rays, I've been to half the stadiums in baseball up to this point. Pretty neat. Halfway there. I will not accomplish my goal till the end of next year. You know, the way the schedule works out, but kind of a fun thing to do. Now, I'm not planning on eating anything, but I have heard a lot of people recommend the nachos over here at the Sweet Baby Ray's Gourmet Sauces Barbecue Shack. I don't know if I want to consume 1,400 calories for the meal, but I want to at least show what people have recommended. It's right there in the middle, and if I ended up getting that, that would have to be the only thing. I'm trying to watch what I eat. 1,400 calories would kind of be the limit. It's $16.55. Comes in a souvenir helmet, cheesy corn brisket acho. It doesn't say nacho, it says acho. It's cheesy corn brisket acho. I'll think about it, but I don't want to have a win in Rome moment. I'd rather just not get it, but it does look pretty appetizing. We'll see how the game pans out. And Brandon's leading off. It's like really hot out here. I don't know what these are. Oh, that's a home run. There's a series home run. Boom. 5-1. Oh, another series home run. 6-1. All right. 9th inning. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Over to Wonder, and the Rays have won. Rays win. Rays. That's the way it's done. Rays win. Rays win. Now with the first game ending, they made everyone leave, so I went back to the car and got another ticket. I'm going to be sitting not behind Ray's dugout. I'm going to be sitting kind of in the upper deck. Figured I'd get a little different experience. Sit up there, maybe walk around a little bit. You get a different view. I figured since I'm already here, might as well do a doubleheader. I don't think I've ever been to a Rays doubleheader. They don't happen too often, so I'm already in the area. Let's doubleheader it up. All right, I gave into a little bit of not only temptation, but also, well, temptation. But I haven't eaten today, and I didn't really eat anything yesterday. Well, I ate a little bit, but just some snacky stuff. But this will be the first thing. And I've been hitting the treadmill, so 1,480 calories. Let's call it 1,500 calories. I thought it was going to be a little bigger than this, but hopefully it's worth the marking down on the Count and Calorie app to 1,500 calories. But it's still not going to go over, so I'm going to do it. I am way up here. Get some steps even walking up to the top. where I'm at. There's nobody behind me here. Good times. Served a souvenir. Got myself a little souvenir helmet. The photo appeared as if it was going to be a full helmet. Not a full helmet, but probably good that I'm not going to eat a full helmet full of Kansas City barbecue and corn. Corn, slaw, BBQ, nachos, another sort of goodness. Put this in the, doing the counting calories thing. And honestly, I was starting to get a little hungry. Flavoring is pretty good. I'm not the biggest barbecue guy. I'll eat it occasionally, but I have to be in the mood for it. And I kind of started getting in the mood for it. I thought, you know what? Kansas City, I don't even know how to, I might have to dig this with my hand. It's like a big, healthy, I'm just gonna grab it with my finger. Put it right on. Look at that, there's a big chunk of it there. Ooh, that's hot. There we go. Finger. I'll say finger looking good, but I think that's a different franchise. It's more for chicken. The flavor of the meat is really well done. It's like no joke. I'm no BBQ connoisseur, but this is good. And good portions of meat too. They don't like skimp on the meat. Even though most of the nachos are like under the meat and they get soggy. Kind of wish there were more nachos that weren't soggy, but yeah, the meat makes up for it. Tasty. I also like how this stadium has these oversized bottles of water. 33 ounces that you can buy. On to the 7th now. Oh yeah. Josh Lowe with the double. Here comes Mandy Margot. Oh, Josh Lowe with the triple. Bringing in the RBI. Excellent job, Josh. Excellent job. It's gotten very quiet in here. There's only one out. Bases are loaded for the Rays. They're up by 1 in the 9th. Ramirez is up. Kind of first, second, and third with only 1 out. Boom. That's going to be a sac fly. Bring another one in. 4-2. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Close it down, PD. Close it down. What a catch! Game's over. The Rays win. The Rays win game number 2, and they win the series. I am glad I stuck around and went to both games. So there's a game tomorrow, but the Rays have already won the series, and it's not too often that you could see a team win a series in one day when it comes to baseball. Win 2 out of 3 in the first day because it was a doubleheader. So pretty cool moment. I'm glad I showed up. I'm glad I came to both games, not just the first one. En route now to another hotel, a ways away, and that's gonna do it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.